Hello everyone, once again welcome back to a brand new AviationJack video. I hope you're all having a really nice day. Today I'm going to be showing you my in-sim settings for Flight Simulator 2024 as well as sensitivity settings alongside other bits and bobs as well. Okay everyone, so here we are in the general settings for MSFS 2024. First of all, we will start with the display mode. I obviously run MSFS in full screen mode because I can't stand the outer tabs. HDR10 isn't available for me for whatever reason, so it's off. Resolution, the maximum that my monitor can do is 2560 times 1440, so that's what it's set to. Anti-aliasing is set to TAA. I don't use DLSS just because of the blurry screens, so that's set to TAA here. Render scaling is at 100, so 100% of what my monitor is. Frame generation for me is switched on. Obviously this creates smoother performance. AMD FX sharpening is on 100 as well. VSync I have off. Frame rate limiter is 100% monitor refresh rate. Dynamic settings is off as well, and global rendering quality, this is the bit that everyone's interested in and what I run. So terrain level of detail, I have it set to 150. Off-screen terrain pre-caching I have set to ultra. Displacement mapping I have selected to be enabled. Buildings is on high, trees, plants, rocks and grass are all on high. Object level of details is at 100, don't need no higher than that. Volumetric clouds is one of those things for me that for the sim to look good, to be realistic, the clouds have to obviously look great as well, so I have that set to ultra. Texture resolution is on high. Filtering 16. Texture super sampling 8. Water waves high. Retrace shadows is off. I'm not sure why I have that off. It's now on. Shadow maps is 1536. Terrain shadows 1024. And then high on contact shadows, windshield effects, ambient illusion, cube map reflections 256, and then high for depth of field, light shafts and reflections here. Motion blurs off, it's very annoying. Got a glass cockpit refresh rate is on high. Character quality is on medium, and then for me traffic airport quantity is set to off. Air traffic is off because I use VATSIM, as well as road traffic, sea and fauna is all set to medium. I don't want to see, you know, everywhere, but because it impacts performance, but that is enough for me. Going through then, sound, don't need to do anything here really, this is all just basic. Online, photogrammetry is set, aircraft traffic type is off, AI traffic and career, don't worry. Live weather is always set to on, multiplayer is off, I don't use multiplayer. All of that is normal. The rolling cache, can you not delete it in this one? I don't know. I don't need to know about that. Flight model I have set to modern. Flight interface, all of these are switched off because for me they're extremely annoying. But if people are finding the issue where even though these are switched off, they randomly come on during your flight at some point, check your controls and make sure that nothing is set to the keyboard or your flight controls, because as like an activation, because I used to press Alt 3 for one of my camera views and that would then enable the taxi ribbon. So even though it's switched off here, I will end up accidentally activating it. So all this is off. Cockpit interaction system for me is legacy. This brings me back to Microsoft 2020. And the HUD and external view is off. That's when you can see all of your flight information like your speed, altitude, engine, thrust settings, all on the external view. Don't want that on. Advanced options, developer mode is off, that's fine, and then that's that. Next is assistances. Now this is all the stuff that helps you, etc, etc with flying. It's meant to help but it doesn't. So all of them are switched off for me, including that's what I was talking about, the taxi ribbon and the flight path, all off. Down here I disable the crash damage, disable aircraft stress damage and disable engine stress damage, all of that is off. Controls, now currently is set to the Airbus A320 CFM with the TCA side stick. Now with the camera controls here, I have a camera profile for the one I set. Airplane controls, this is what gets some people. It can be set to 2024 So which means that when I press my left arrow on my keyboard, that will control the aileron movement of the aircraft. Same thing with the up and down arrow, that will control elevator, for example. So airplane controls nothing. I don't want my keyboard to control anything. Specific A320 CFM controls, none. When you set a flight, when you get into new aircraft, just make sure that this is all set to none, because otherwise, even if you set none, it's not specific for everything, it's per aircraft. So every time you get into a new aircraft, you're going to find that this is set to 2024 again. Right, the TCA side stick here is normal. I haven't touched anything apart from the sensitivity. So this is a sensitivity on the X, it's minus 0.2 and minus 0.1 for the dead zone. Sliders all normal. So if you want to screenshot any of this, I'll just move through it slowly. There we go. And then that way you can create some screenshots for that. For the big yoke, the Thrustmaster yoke, all of that is default. I haven't touched a single thing. This is just for the side stick specifically for the Phoenix. What I'm going to show you now is the in-sim settings and what I have for that. Alright everyone, here we are in the simulator at Gibraltar, and I thought, first of all, can we appreciate how good that rock looks behind us? I mean, I've never seen a rock look that good in my life. Anyway, what I was going to show you is what my in-sim settings look like in terms of the coloration. So what I use is actually AviationJack's preset for the Nvidia game filter. So if you press Alt Z in your sim, this is if you have obviously a Nvidia card. If you go to game filter down here, and I see I've got a profile one, which is the AviationJack's profile. If I click none, this is what the sim looks like without that profile. Oh, you guys can't see it, can you? Hang on. It looks fine to you. Oh no, you can. So that's what the sim looks like without the profile. However, if you then click profile 1, can you see that? Ah, there we go. That's how the sim looks with the profile. So before it looked pretty bleak like that. That's how it looks without the profile. And then with that lovely difference, that's how the sim looks. It looks more vibrant, it looks more real to life. So if you want to know those settings, they are on the AviationJack's Instagram account. And then what I can do is in the description below, I'll put a link to their Instagram and where you can find it to copy off those settings, because these aren't mine, so I'm not going to claim they're mine. But yeah, that is essentially what the sim looks like with that and without. Same for the flight deck. I'll show you what the flight deck looks like with and without. So here's the flight deck. This is without, just a default sim, and that's it with. It basically just adds a bit of brightness and contrast and a bit of sharpness as well. Okay, next part of the video, I'm going to show you the FSrealistic settings and what I have for set in here. So the profile I use is the Phoenix A320 CFM. If you go to the effects, I'll go through what... oh, this is not good. Hang on. This is not right. Copy. Yes. There we go. That's better. Okay, so airport ambience I have set to on. I do think it actually does add quite a nice amount. I have the GA sound disabled and Airport International set to 12. Once again, feel free to screenshot. Brakes I have set on and to 20. Crash screaming, it just adds a bit of fun to it in case you actually end up crashing, which I never hear this one because, well, I never crash in the sim. Sound set to 60. Engine vibrations, I have it set to acceleration 25, stable RPM 30. And then G-forces is set in the middle. Gear drag is set in the middle. Ground effects. Ground roll. Landing applause. It's just a bit of fun when you have a good landing. Over G. Over speed. Scary ride. Stall. Toilet flush. It can be annoying, but it doesn't come on very often, so. Touchdown front, touchdown main, general turbulence, and wind ambience. What I am going to do is touchdown front. That can come down quite a bit. And there we have it, everyone. That is the settings for FSrealistic. And that is everything completely in the sim. I don't use anything else. Everything else is default. So only FSrealistic and the in-sim settings are the ones that I change. I hope this video was helpful to you. Feel free to put yourself in my Discord if you want any more help in there with any settings or sensitivity. Just give me a quick ping or message in there. Any more flight request videos, do let me know in the comments below, or if you've got an actual flight request, then add that to the flight request form in the description. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one, and I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. See you later.